Hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Do you have painful memories from your past? Maybe you were bullied, abused, maybe you went through difficult times. My name's Adam, and in this session, I was working with a client that had a very, very harsh childhood. In England, we have boarding schools where people live there basically throughout their childhood. They go back home for holidays and breaks. And back at the time where this client, who were in their 50s, was there, they were very violent places. There wasn't a lot of protection for children, and there was a lot of physical violence and abuse and bullying and a lot of very horrible things. And I was working with this client, and it shocked me the kind of things that they went through. This hypnosis session is designed to really break free of some of those things because they had developed coping strategies that probably helped them pretty well when they were a child in a very vulnerable situation. But they're now a grown adult and has the ability to really look at things in a very different way. So this element is doing two things really. There's an element of regression and inner child work or timeline therapy to change those childhood associations. But also it uses a metaphor. And the client, while we were doing the therapy element before the hypnotherapy, was talking about how they feel trapped or that they're in a trap. And when I asked them what kind of trap it would be if it was a physical trap, they described it as a large mechanical bear trap. You know, the ones with the metal teeth that kind of spring shut. And that was important because I like to utilize the metaphors that are already there in the mind of the client. Because if you feel trapped, then you have limited choices. You feel stuck. It's difficult to move forward. All of these things are going on. But a mechanical bear trap means that it can be released. You can release that mechanical bear trap. So we actually use that in the hypnosis session. I would say the kind of people that would benefit most from this session are people that have had historical abuse of some kind, and it really affects the quality of your life and the feeling of worthiness that you have in your day-to-day life now. Obviously, some of the suggestions are very unique. Some of it does relate to regression, going back to specific memories. So just ignore any suggestions that aren't relevant, hone into the ones that feel useful and empowering. And if you do like the idea of working with me directly to have a bespoke session just for you, then there will be a link right there in the show notes where you can schedule a free consultation call that we can do over Zoom. That lasts about 30 minutes. I'll answer any questions that you have and explain the process and how many sessions I think we would need if we were to work together. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, give permission to just release. Release any tension, any worries, any unworthiness. Just allow it, breath by breath, to feel like it's being released as you exhale. Breathing in relaxation, but also a sense of worthiness. A feeling that you deserve good things. Breathing in that worthiness and exhaling any unworthiness. That's it. And I want you to imagine that if worthiness had a color, a texture, a frequency, what that would look like. Maybe a bright yellow, buzzing with electricity, a vibrant, perhaps even with a sound, or maybe something else. Allow your unconscious mind to choose for you what worthiness would be represented as. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in that color, that texture, that frequency, that sound, almost like it's recharging a battery, but also melting away something that was linked to a belief in your past. I want you to think of a child that was told they're stupid, they'll never amount to much, it's not even worth trying. But if that child that believed those things got older, they wouldn't apply for high status jobs or exciting opportunities. They wouldn't trust themselves to run their own business. Not because of what's possible, but because of what they believe. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to think of what you were told as a child. What words could have taken root that would lead you to feel unworthy and undeserving? And just consider them seeds planted in fertile soil back when your mind was looking to make sense of the world, to figure out who you were and what you can expect. So breathe in that feeling of worthiness and continue to exhale any feelings of unworthiness, and feel perhaps that those seeds planted in childhood that perhaps have since grown into big plants or trees. Just imagine that the roots are loosening, weakening. What perhaps in the past would be impossible to remove is now the kind of thing that can be extracted. That's it. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. And I want you to think back to your past with a new lens, a new way of looking at things. And what if your past wasn't the breaking of you, but the making of you? What if certain qualities you have in abundance, even if you don't realize just how capable you are? I want you to think back to that defiant part, the part that kept going through sheer resilience, the determined part that refused to give up. And with every breath, you can allow your body to rest more deeply as your mind awakens to the truth. And I wonder if you can use the power of your imagination to imagine walking through a long corridor, and the walls are lined with pictures or movies of your past. And some doors are open, and some are closed, and some are sealed shut. And behind those doors, the ability to re-access memories and moments, some bright, some dark, and some of those that once felt unbearable. But they're just memories behind doors and references on photos and movies on screens on the wall. And yet, as bad as that time was, you got through it. You're here in your future, you made it. And you walked through storms that others would never understand. And there's a part of you that came out stronger. And each step you take in this corridor is proof that pain did not break you, it forged you. You are not fragile glass. No one can shatter you, because you are tempered steel. And deep down, that defiance that was there in your childhood has always been there and is still there now. That part within you that thought that things weren't fair, that knew that this isn't right, that decided you deserve more than this. And what if that defiance, that refusal to accept injustice, was never your flaw? It was your superpower. And I want you to feel like a superhero. Strong, impenetrable, unbreakable. And as you continue to walk further down this corridor, there is a particular door with a particular memory that represents the very essence of that past. But I want you to walk through that door as an adult now, feeling with all of the strength and power of a superhero. And maybe it was a painful memory, but you are now your future self, going to rewrite that past by introducing your future into the past and changing things. As I count from 5 to 1, you will imagine opening that door, walking into the memory, and bringing justice to that younger version of you that didn't have your resources. 5, putting your hand on the door handle. 4, turning the handle. 3, opening the door. 2, walking through the door. And 1, closing the door behind you and finding yourself in the memory at your current age, at your current strength, and seeing perhaps that younger version of you in need. Perhaps you can witness an injustice happening. Imagine yourself like Batman, coming to the aid of someone vulnerable. And I want you to feel empowered, strong, courageous. And when you've changed things, to right that historical wrong, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And then just remain you and the younger version of yourself. Because that younger version of yourself was starting to form belief systems that were never true, that were just designed to protect. And I want you to ask that child what they are starting to believe about the world, about people. And just listen. Because that younger version of you knows either what they believe or are about to believe. And if they say anything that to you, with all of your experience, feels disempowering, offer them an alternative that would feel more beneficial. If they think that people are mean or cruel, you might correct them and say some people are, but most people are good. Most people are caring. Or if they say that life and the world just isn't fair, maybe you reply, it can be very unfair. But it can also be filled with wonderful, amazing opportunities. I want you to listen to that child, listen to the beliefs, and then offer them a more empowering alternative. And when you've done that, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And I want you to give that child a resource that you have now that you didn't have back then. You had defiance back then. You had courage back then. You weren't willing to appease. You weren't willing to just take unfairness. But I want you to think of something you now have. And maybe it's more wisdom, more experience, more physical strength. And just imagine giving that resource that you now have to that younger version of you. Imagine it as a glowing ball of energy. Hand that resource to them. Feel and see them. Place it to their chest, absorbing that quality, that resource, and feel it rippling through time, all the way to your present. You can feel the change in them happening in you. And maybe you feel more compassion for yourself, more love for yourself, more respect for yourself, more trust for yourself. I want you to imagine telling that child what they needed to hear. They are important. They matter. They are capable. And anything else you wanted to hear back then but didn't. No ridicule. No insults. What you really needed to hear back then. Give that younger version of you a hug and then leave that door. And somewhere in the corridor now, almost looks like a mechanical bear trap. Huge, rusted metal jaws. And imagine it clenched tightly around something precious. And then you realize that precious thing is you. You feel no pain, but you do feel the weight of the trap stifling you, limiting you, impeding you. And I wonder if we can give this trap a meaning. And maybe it's more than one meaning. Old associations or connections to the past, maybe guilt, shame, confusion, sadness. At some level, this trap is the most influential belief in your life, still connected to your past, that is disempowering. And it's difficult to live that liberated, free life full of enthusiasm and passion with this big trap attached to you. It holds you back, it keeps you down. And you get to decide what this belief is. Maybe something as simple as you deserve bad things. You don't deserve good things. People are out to get you. There'll be one belief that resonates more than any other. And that represents the trap. But you already know that people can believe things that aren't true. When you were a small child, you believed in tooth fairies and Father Christmas. And even as an adult, you might know someone that, with every fiber of their being, believes in a conspiracy theory that you know isn't true. And if people can believe things that aren't true, then so can you. And the trap is this belief, holding you back, weighing you down, stopping you from living the life that you desire. The trap was never your fault. It was built by circumstances, by people that should have protected you but didn't, by moments you didn't choose. And for a long time, this trap has been holding you back and weighing you down, keeping you small and keeping you stuck, to make you believe you were powerless. But as you look now at that trap, older, wiser, bigger, and stronger, you realize something powerful. This trap is mechanical, and mechanical things can be understood and escaped. So imagine now seeing the mechanism, how it clamps, how it holds, how it deceives. But every mechanical trap has a release switch. Bears don't know how to use it, but humans do. And somewhere within you, the superhero within you, that courageous, resilient, justice-driven part knows exactly what to do. And imagine placing your hand on the spring mechanism, and with strength that feels like the strength of a superhero, you press down on that spring mechanism, and the trap begins to open. The pressure releases. This click is the sound of freedom. And as it fully opens, you step back and imagine immediately healing from any wounds from the trap. And just imagine feeling the weight of that trap, heavy, made of iron or steel. And feel that you don't need to carry this weight around with you anymore. The trap has no power over you now. It was never the metal that held you, it was the meaning. And the moment you changed the meaning, the trap disappeared. What if your past didn't break you, but make you? And what if, because of your courage and resilience, you are now unbreakable? What if you now deserve wonderful things because you always did? You are free. And now as you stand there, I want you to feel you are harnessing all of that pain, all of that injustice. It's transforming, alchemizing into something powerful. I wonder if you could imagine what it would feel like for your body to begin to glow. A radiant, powerful energy coursing through you. The strength of defiance becomes courage. The will to survive becomes resilience. and the passion for justice becomes purpose. You are, and always have been, the hero of your own story. And every superhero has an origin story. Moments of pain, loss, or injustice that awaken something extraordinary within them. And this was yours. You are not broken. You are forged. All of that pain, refined by struggle, and all of those heavy emotions built something powerful within you to make you unbreakable. And from this moment forward, you no longer carry the past as a burden. Consider it, if you consider it at all, a badge of honor. But you don't have to dwell on the past. You are now free to move on from it. With a new lease of life, a new level of energy. All that was holding you back is now springing you forward. The past does not define you, it simply prepared you. And what if it was meant to happen to reach this point? So now you can move forward with a new sense of clarity, a new standard, a new level of living with freedom at your core. And I want you to imagine yourself now at the end of a corridor is a wide open space, and you can see your future. And perhaps you can imagine yourself in a few weeks, a few months, even a year from now. And I want you to see you navigating the world, your career, your family life, as a new version of you. And you can tell something has shifted. Your posture is different. Your facial expressions are different. How you are in one-to-one interactions seems very different. You seem relaxed, calm, and confident. Maybe you even seem like you stand taller, breathe deeper. And the way you hold eye contact, your facial expressions, your posture is open, relaxed, and confident. And that version of you in your future is not arrogant, but it has that quiet pride, filled with resourcefulness, filled with dignity and integrity. And looking at yourself, you smile because you know that the world can be chaotic, unfair, unjust, and unpredictable, and yet you are unshaken and unbroken. You've escaped the trap, and every day you live from now on is an act of freedom. Because the past is a story, but you've rewritten the narrative. It's no longer a prison that you're connected to or live in. And you move forward now, away from the corridor, away from the memories, towards joy and passion, love and purpose. With a new standard, you are not willing to accept anything that falls short of what you truly deserve. And you deserve freedom, abundance, travel, and connection. And think back to those old plants that came from those old seeds in childhood, and consider them changed now. The seeds were replaced with different seeds, which have led you to different plants producing different fruit or other things. And if the trees and plants are the beliefs, then the fruit are your experiences. And how the beliefs have changed, so too will your experiences, your thoughts and evaluations, leading you to more wonderful things in your future. It's time to leave this place, but take back the feeling of freedom, that belief trap has been escaped, left behind, and you are now moving forward. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect and calibrate into the here and the now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.